like the fireworks.
No, I was thinking
Low-key, for a fat boy like
big
that?
ass cheeks.
Low-key, for a big boy
Look,
like
he got
that?
hips too. Dude.
I read about how he floats in the water. Or like how he's
there was
standing.
a couple memes that he
Suppose
got
he's
some
like-
long
there's
ass
a
legs.
right?
Yeah, chopstick legs, dude. Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Welcome to the review room.
Yes,
I'm joined
sir.
with actor Joel. I'm gonna turn into the hot ones now. You might know him from the short film Detective Carson,
Bus
Stop
Stop.
9401. You might also know him from the Bam Gus videos.
If you guys probably were at Diddy's party, you guys probably seen me there.
Yeah, he was clapping all the cheeks.
I
All
was
the
first
men
one in
cheeks,
line.
All the men cheeks.
Black couch casting.
Oh man.
You know, like,
Ooh,
shit.
that dude got stretched out. He got used and abused.
Shit,
Welcome to another
goddamn.
episode of the review room.
Welcome,
where we talk
welcome.
about movies. We talk about music. We talk
Yeah.
about. I'm gonna start doing the freaking favorite porns. We're gonna talk about that too. Porn review.
This is probably gonna be like an hour episode.
It's gonna be a whole day episode, dude.
gonna
We're
be
gonna have to break it up into 4 parts.
Like, are we talking about like segments? Are we talking about like actors?
We're talking about genres, actors, positions, freaking dreams.
Now we
Yeah,
talking.
like this is what I want to
Now
talk
we
about on the
talking.
podcast.
I've been wanting to say this.
So today we're gonna be talking about Godzilla Minus One. The freaking song is stuck in my head.
Oh wait, that was kind of racist. I don't think that was. I think that was Godzilla.
that
I
was
think
the
it was
chopstick
the chopstick song.
No, the one that I've heard, the version of the song is the one where they remix it into that rap song. It was a hip hop song. The dun 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 dun.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. It starts with-
I think I know
forgot
which
what
one.
song
I
it
think
is.
I'll send it to you later.
I'll plug it on the thing. Send
Yeah,
it to
then
me
you
and I'll
got
plug
it,
it.
and you'll be playing right now.
Yeah, and then it's gonna show us dancing to the dun, 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 dun,
Me start
dun.
rapping and
Yeah.
shit. My debut.
Yeah. Do you know the words? I don't know the words. I just heard the remix on
I just
like,
heard. I
TikTok
just
or
kind of know
something.
the beginning, and then it fades away from
Yeah.
there.
So I saw that movie. When did I think I pirated that movie actually because they released it.
Did you guys
I'm a
hear that?
pirate. I was sailing the 7 seas.
Did you guys hear that? He said, "Yo."
Hey, no, I had a real. I did them justice though. I played it twice. So they released it on Amazon, but not in the U.S. They released it on Netflix, but in Asia first. And I was like, hey bro, like what the fuck? Like why can't we watch it?
So it was like you had like a VPN or something.
Yeah,
or?
well, you had to use a VPN.
Oh.
And so that's why I said I pirated it. I didn't watch it the official way. And then, but then once it came out here, then I watched it here also. They got my view. They got my official view.
They got your approval.
Yeah, they got my approval. But definitely, I hadn't seen the Godzilla, like a original Godzilla movie in a while. Not until recently when I saw Godzilla versus Kong. The X Kong. What is it called? What do they call it? X Kong?
No, that's Empire, and then there's Godzilla versus Kong.
Versus Kong.
Yeah.
So which one's the newest one? The one with the ice dragon. and
Godzilla
stuff, yeah?
X Kong, the New Empire or
The New
Frozen
Empire?
I think it's New Empire.
Okay.
New
Yeah, we'll
Empire.
talk about that in another episode. But yeah,
You guys know what I mean.
Yeah, but so I guess apparently this is like a separate.
Yes.
It doesn't follow the main story, right? Because
Nope.
the Godzilla looks completely different. It looks
Yes.
more like the classic Godzilla.
From like
Yeah.
the Japanese
Yeah, it's
movie.
well, I mean, Godzilla is
Okay,
Japanese.
cool. I don't wanna be
Ooh,
racist.
ooh, he got the freaking the headband and the chopsticks. That dude eating ramen.
Where's my ramen?
Yeah, let's say eating ramen
I'm
somewhere.
here to kill all
yeah,
of you.
Yeah. Oh shit. But yeah, I like the movie. What'd you think about it? Yeah.
I enjoyed it, dude. For something that like, first of all, they got an award. Congrats
Yeah, it
to the
did,
director.
yeah.
Congrats to,
Yeah,
to
it
the
did get an
actors.
Oscar, yeah.
You guys got an Oscar. They really great job.
Well, it wasn't even an Oscar for the actors. I think it was for visual effects.
They still got an award.
So the VFX
Shit,
people,
it still
hey,
counts. For
the VFX
congrats to you
people,
guys.
yeah.
Shit, no, but honestly, the movie was good. Like, I'm the type of movie that, you know, what's funny. Like, I didn't have to watch it. You know how when Japanese actors they overdo their voices with English actors. I actually ended up watching it in their language, but just subtitles. Which is pretty cool, because I'm more of like, I don't like to do the
you don't
reading.
like to read, dude.
But this time, like for this movie, I actually enjoyed watching it and reading it.
Yeah,
'Cause
no,
I was just like, what the fuck?
A lot of the movies, like especially Japanese ones, are like I don't really watch anime, but the anime stuff is like it's better to watch it with the subtitles because you get more emotion.
Yeah, I was gonna say that more emotion.
Yeah.
It really shows their acting
instead
of like
versus
having
that voice actor that did the dub.
It's like me speaking Spanish, but then someone's over like talking English, but I'm like trying to yell, and they're like, ah.
Yeah. Well, it's like whenever you watch something that's dubbed in Spanish. And you're like,
it's different. Like, why does his voice sound so squeaky? But in reality, he's like, has a strong voice.
Yeah, and so definitely, I like the movie too. It's one of my favorite Godzilla movies. The first Godzilla movie that I saw was actually the one that came out in like 2002.
Dude,
that took place in New York. I think
is that the one? With Matthew
Broderick.
That was actually the first. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I still have that cup.
No way.
Yeah,
is that the one with his mouth?
It's like a Godzilla that's wrapped around like that. And you put a cup in it and it has a handle. I still have that. It's at my dad's house.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was like, you can sell that shit.
Yeah. Can you?
Yeah, you don't see that anymore.
$5 on eBay. But it was definitely I really like the story that they followed. It opened up a new
door
like a separate universe for the original I want to call it like the US Godzilla and the Japanese
Godzilla. Well, technically, from like who I was talking to Rashad, shout out to you. I hope you give me the right information about Godzilla, but
he's telling you the wrong stuff.
I know. No, well, he was kind of explaining to me because I kind of told him, what's the difference between this Godzilla, and he was just kind of telling me how like it involves how US when they bombed, what was it?
Japan,
and supposedly they saw US as, the bad, place and whatever, like they were the enemy. So then they kind of pictured US as Godzilla.
Exactly.
So then you're kind of agreeing to it.
So technically speaking, that's how it is. Godzilla was created. He was created through nuclear testing, and the nuclear testing was part of us nuking Japan, and so it takes a little bit of like a split into like what actually happened in history, but it's pretty much there is a scene where there's a nuclear test and you see Godzilla get stronger. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like a bigger, stronger power taking over Japan. Yeah, and they definitely it did have that vibe. There was a lot of Japanese media is very patriotic, so it's like, Japan's number one, like that mean that China number one, China number one. So for them, it's like very like that's something when you went to the swap meet or something like that.
And I just heard someone say, I know it was a low Tokyo, but I was passing by like. It's different, I know.
You're crossing China and
but
Japan.
It's the same. It's LA. They kind of have the same segment, so I was going the same way, and I was like $15. No, you know who kept saying that? Rashad, and like he's like $15, $14.
Like Rashad's racist.
Yeah, Rashad's racist. Guys, go after him. Cancel him, please.
Very racist.
Cancel him now.
and no, so go back to the movie. Yeah, it was definitely. I like the story of the character. The main character is like a kamikaze pilot, right? He was a kamikaze pilot that failed at his job and didn't kamikaze himself. And he ends up coming back like to his homeland after, and everyone's like, "Hey, bro, like, why'd you come back? Like, you didn't do your job.
How are you still alive?"
Yeah, and so he ends up being like shamed at the beginning, at the first encounter with the Godzilla, because he came back and they're like, "Hey, man, you should have died along with the rest of the kamikaze pilots." And I don't know. It's like a cultural thing where you're like supposed to die with honor, but for me, like, I'm not gonna kill myself for no country like that.
I'm born alone, I die alone.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need y'all to die with y'all. Like shit.
And I'm not gonna do it for no country.
Yep.
And not to say I'm like patriotic. Watch the FBI comes knock down the door because like, hey, this guy doesn't believe in the US. Yeah, and so he ends up coming back, and then he comes back to like a destroyed Japan, obviously because they got bombed by the US, and he ends up meeting this girl, and this girl has another little girl with her. Was it a little girl? I think it was. It was a little baby. It was a baby. Yeah. And he ends up having to end up taking care of it. That's one thing that I thought was kind of weird. That she's like, "Well, I'm just gonna live here now. Like, bro, like this is my house. What do you mean? Like, I guess."
Then like the minimum effort that he tried. Like, no, you gotta get out of here.
Yeah,
she's like, no, I'm gonna stay.
I'm gonna stay. He's like,
no, but I need you out of here. I'm gonna stay. Okay.
Yeah. It might be a cultural thing also. I mean, we're not Japanese, so we don't know. But it was definitely. I thought that was weird that she's like, I just live here now.
Then again, kind of portray the guy like he seemed like that innocent type guy where it's like, for example, look at the part where when young Godzilla he started talking at that little island where they were like repairing planes and shit like that. Oh, he was just like standing there, and instead of going to get the gun, he didn't shoot. He
just stayed rigging it.
I'm like, bro, shoot him.
Well, you're supposed to do your job, man.
Yes, bro, shoot him.
And so he ends up freaking just like, all right, well, you guys just live here now. And you see the whole restructuring and like repair of Japan, like after they've been bombed, and he ends up taking a job, right, as like to remove mines or something, out of the water. Yep. And then they have another encounter with. I feel like Godzilla is just following this dude around, because it feels like every time Godzilla pops out, that dude's there. He's like, bro, I remember you from that island. I didn't get you. Yeah,
you're the last one that was remaining.
And so they end up having another encounter with him, and I can see why they won the Oscar for the VFX,
bro.
Yeah, the face.
Yes,
the
that shit scared the shit out of me, bro. I was like, hell no.
Yeah, you see him pop up, and you can see the eyes. You see the veins in the eyes.
You just see his teeth. You're like,
yeah. I like how he did that because he was swimming.
Because in the water, he was like.
I'm gonna put a clip of Godzilla in the water and like yeah, and the music. I mean, I'm surprised the music didn't win an Oscar, because the music was.
It was the original one, right?
Yeah, but it was like the same songs, but like I don't want to say remixed, but like modernized. The same song but modernized.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. Yeah.
And the music, as far as like, I don't know if you noticed, but the music doesn't stop throughout the whole movie. It's kind of all one long song. And that's one thing that I noticed from the technical part of it when I was watching it. I'm like, oh, this movie's cool, and I'm like, I gotta shut my brain now so I can like listen to it. I can watch the movie.
Zone off.
Yeah, but I noticed like that the songs are like pretty much throughout the whole thing, and I feel like that's most Japanese media. They have like a song going throughout the whole thing, and they did like its highs when it's at the high point and low when it goes to like the low point. But yeah, it did win the Oscar for VFX.
Yeah, because they said that they didn't use any CGI. And I was just like, how the fuck?
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of crazy stuff as far as visual effects, and but going on back to the story, he has that encounter with him, and then and I guess they say that they end up finding out that he's like going to Tokyo or something to like attack Tokyo.
He's going to Tokyo to attack because I guess he saw like not the population, but I
still don't fully understand the reason why he decided to like, oh, I'm just gonna fuck up Tokyo right now.
I know, right? You know what? I'm bored. Let me go to Tokyo.
Yeah, but he ends up going, and I think that was going back to like how we have our structure of like our favorite scenes and stuff. Yeah. I think the favorite scene was that scene where he goes into Tokyo and just nukes Tokyo,
but like finish like kind of like
he just freaking beams the center of the town or something. Freaking nuke pops off.
Yeah,
and I was like, dang, dude. Godzilla nuked Tokyo, and then the U.S. came in and then nuked Japan.
Tell you, bro, they did not catch a break.
Yeah, and then they got nuked twice by us, dude.
Right? They don't catch a break, bro.
They were already kicked down, and then we kicked them twice after they were already
down. Yeah. But I think my part, kind of getting to what you were saying, it was like the part when he throws a nuke, but the way it was coming out of his tail all the way to the spine.
Oh yeah, the spikes all
that
like
part,
lodging
bro,
in. Yeah,
I was just like, what? Like it was like the original like Godzilla that we see now with like it's just like no, this one was like coming out was like
it had like spikes coming out.
And I was just like, oh, what the fuck?
Like that's kind of nasty.
I was like, how does that hurt you, bro? And then the beam itself, and then like the way it shoots, sucks out and then sucks back in.
Yeah,
and then I was just like, what the fuck?
Well, it makes sense from like a science point.
Explosion.
Like how explosion, the pressure changes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then so this giant explosion happens, and then the freaking I thought this part was kind of funny.
That's why I'm laughing. I already know what you're talking about.
Like he's just standing there, just looking like. And then the smart one is the girl. Yeah, she's like, well, let's get the fuck out of here, and like pushes him, but obviously doesn't get to see her, and she's like, ah.
That was part of the bro. I didn't mean to laugh at that point when I was watching. I was just like, I kind of like.
Yeah, because you wouldn't expect that. Like
they
both,
or him grabs her or some shit.
Like if I push you, we're probably both gonna fall. It's not gonna be not just you, and then I just stand there, just like, ah.
Yeah. And then you're like. What was the girl's name? I forgot. Kimiko, some shit like that.
Wait, that's racist.
My fault. Some shit. I mean, you know.
That's what one of my coworkers called me, Kimiko.
Kimiko? Yeah. Oh shit.
Or Kikoman.
Kikoman? That sounds more like you.
But that's the freaking soy sauce, dude.
Kikoman. Oh shit. My bad.
But yeah, she ends up getting freaking blown away. Initially, I laughed, but then once he noticed, like, he comes out and then he sees everything blown up, and he's like, "Oh fuck." That's where I was like, "Oh shit, they just killed that chick just like."
And the fact that homeboy Godzilla was still there, and homeboy comes out, and then that's when he does a roar.
Yeah. He's like freaking like Godzilla's like, what? Like, what are you gonna do?
Like what, bro? Yeah. Like, you want me to step on you too? You want some too?
You want another beam again? I got you.
Bro? I got you just for you.
He starts throwing the gang signs, with his big ass fingers.
He creeps walk back
with his thick ass stumps. Yeah, and so they end up getting this whole. All the people get together and they create a plan to Another thing with that whole attack in Tokyo was that train scene. Apparently, the train scene was a copy from a previous, like the first Godzilla movie.
No way.
They did a scene with a train like that too, and then but it's like obviously it's like a stop motion train, and the train probably that's like this big.
Yeah, I know.
And apparently they copied that scene too. I didn't know that until I saw like a review thing the other day.
Cheaters. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's like they want to reuse the same stuff. They're just
you guys got to work for that shit. No, I'm kidding.
You're like, I just don't like Japanese people.
You know what, bro? Nuki 3 times.
Oh, damn,
nah,
dude.
Okay, I'll fuck with
you. It's a good thing that like most of our audience, isn't Asian. You
True.
know that
they all become
dude.
now.
There's half of them are Filipino, dude.
True.
But you're just like, damn.
Fuck, I'm regretting it.
I'm canceled, dude.
Canceled.
Someone's gonna slash your tires.
Can you cut it out?
Cut that. You're like, cut.
Can you please cut it out?
Have you seen that video? That guy that drinks the little Hennessy bottle. And he's like, cut.
No,
I'll put that shit on. I'll show you later. You're like, cut that out. Cut that out.
Cut that out, bro. Please cut that out. I'm gonna get jumped right after.
Cut. That's what. Cut. And so they end up putting a plan together to take down Godzilla. And that's another thing that I thought was also kind of weird, where the plan, what they had in mind was that they were gonna sink him into the water.
Yeah, but.
And then lift him back up to the surface again.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
So it's supposed to be like the pressure changes, because it's kind of like.
Oh, it was gonna kill him.
Yeah, because you know how like if you go down
like
too low into the water and you come back up too fast, that like your fucking head pops or some shit. Or I don't know. I saw that in a Final Fantasy.
No, same here. Like supposedly like your eyes, but I don't think your eyes will pop, because since I think it's made out of some kind of water.
Yeah, it's something in your blood, right?
Yeah, so I think it's just like I think your lungs will sure fuck up, and some other shit. But
so apparently they plan to do that shit with Godzilla, and the plan fails obviously right away.
Yeah,
and I mean, I guess initially, right, it works. Like they say
it
that
does,
it doesn't
but
move.
it seems that it's I think dragging.
It's like dragging the boat down,
them too,
right?
yeah. So they're like, you know what? Let's bring them up.
Yeah, and then they had a whole bunch of other boats come in and then
help out, drag them. Yeah.
And then we'll start getting into spoilers now.
Yeah. Spoilers.
That shit doesn't work, dude.
Sorry.
The main character, he ends up, because of his like failed kamikaze attack, he's like, well, I'm gonna kamikaze the Godzilla.
Yeah, I think he had a bomb in there. No?
Yeah, so they had a specially designed plane that had like a big bomb that was gonna blow up Godzilla, and then so you see the plane come and it just like crashes in, blows up. Godzilla's freaking shit flies off of his face.
Dude.
Yeah, freaking opened up like freaking from the Terminator, the liquid
the liquid guy.
Yeah, that's how he fucking opened
like
up.
T-800 or something like that.
Yeah. He opened up like that, and then he just like you see him like freaking
kind of just
fall
like
straight into the water
with his thick ass legs.
Yeah, with his long ass chopstick
legs.
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck they did that.
And then, but we end up finding out that the pilot actually ejected.
Yeah.
And it has like a little flashback scene to the mechanic telling him that mechanic was actually the mechanic from the beginning that was telling him, "Whoa, why didn't you kill yourself?"
Yeah,
And he tells him like, "Oh, make sure that you live this time." And so he ends up living. They go back to the shore and the time to celebrate, whatever. And then this neighbor lady that was taking care of the little girl comes and she's like, "Oh, we have a message for you," and she shows her the message. She shows him the message, and then he goes to the hospital, and then the girl is still alive. The one that got her getting blown, that was like, yeah, she's still alive. And that scene kind of got me a little bit. I don't know why.
No, yeah, because if you think about it, like, she like coming both out of the grumble, like, both of them before how they came, and she ended up, getting this nice job. I think it was like a teacher, right?
Yeah,
like that.
I'm not sure. It was like something.
She had a uniform.
I think she's a secretary. I think
something like that. But the fact that she stuck with this guy after the guy was having like mental problems. That guy was like fucking going crazy because like again like
it's all PTSD.
It's all PTSD from Godzilla, watching Godzilla kill all the some of his teammates and shit like that.
The mechanics and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And then with the whole water thing, because when he was in the mines, Godzilla comes out and they're trying to kill him.
It's a lot of trauma.
It's a lot of trauma for the guy. So the guy's like going crazy and shit. The fact that she doesn't even know him.
Yeah, she did stick around.
She stuck around with him, and like the fact that even some of his friends throughout the movie were like, "Oh, marry her, marry her." Like this girl, dude, like she's doing a lot of shit for you, bro. Like she's taking care of this kid that isn't your guys'.
Yeah, it's not.
And she's still sticking through while your crazy ass is fucking having mental breakdowns. And she's already taking care of you. Yeah, exactly. Nightmares, feeding you,
holding down the house.
Dude. Everything. So like the fact that she did all that stuff, and kind of at the end, like you were saying, they find her at the hospital. And then, you know, I could see where he starts crying, and she's like, all like not beat up, but she kind of, you know, like, I think she had like a patch. Didn't
she had a patch. She got freaking blown
away.
By that
so it's like, you know, she was like, oh hey, you know, but then if you look closely, right here throughout her neck and one of the veins, it's like,
she got freaking a black spot.
Kind of tying up to where I think it's what's his name, Biglodot or Bio something. It's one of those like monsters. Another monster that, you know, that has a fight with Godzilla. So it's kind of tying to letting us know that there's going to be a second one. Possible second one.
Yeah, I forget. They called it I forgot what they called it. They called it a something virus or something atom.
But supposedly it creates that monster. Like that.
And so it ties into like kind of like some of the other stuff, like possible new movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, the reception for this movie was really well. So
and I liked it. I'm really picky. I'm more of like the Marvel.
And you're not even one to watch like Japanese movies.
No, you know me. I'm just like the type to like anime and stuff like that. I'm not saying it's anime, but just Japanese movies in general. No hate towards them. It's just not genre to watch.
You're like, I don't want to read while I'm watching the movie.
I can't even read.
I don't know how to read.
I don't know how to read, guys.
I don't know what they're saying.
but I actually enjoyed it. And, you know, just me being there watching it and reading it, kind of was like Eric was saying, it shows the actual actors' emotions, you know, how they act, because it's the actual, you know, you hear their actual not accent, but their voice and stuff, language and stuff.
You get all the full expression.
Full experience. So, you know, watching Godzilla in a different way, not as Godzilla fucking running and, you know, flipping King Kong over, doing some WE shit. You know, but you know, it was good. It was good.
So who would you say would be your favorite character? Like if you didn't have to pick the main character, the girl?
The girl. Because fuck that. I would have left that motherfucker, bro, a long time ago. That motherfucker had a mental breakdown. I'm out, motherfucker. You need help. You need help, motherfucker. That ain't my daughter. I've been trying to help you. I've been cooking for you, motherfucker. You don't appreciate me? I'm out.
You're like, and it's just I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna take one shot right like this, and then I'll get another shot later, so I can just disappear.
It's like Johan takes your place.
I know, right? Put someone else in.
I know. But I think with the girl, because like I said, you know, bro, shit.
She was holding it down.
I would have wiped her up. Shit. The fact that she saved the guy, pushed him out, and then she fucking got sucked into the thing, took care of him. You know, was there until the initial. You know.
That is true. Yeah.
So I would say her.
I think my favorite character was the young guy from the boat.
Oh the guy that was trying to fight, and they were like,
he's like, let's go fight and stuff like that, and then he ended up getting all hurt, right? He had a cast on, but it's just because a lot of the times they ended up making him like the butt end of the joke.
True.
A lot of the times.
True.
And so it was kind of like the comedic relief. It kind of made it a little bit like
a joke.
Yeah, like funnier when everything is very serious.
Like he's a Shaggy of the
Scooby-Doo. Kind of like that, because the whole movie is very serious. Everything's very either it's like sad or serious, and so it kind of puts a little like twist on it where it's like, oh, it's kind of a little bit. I would say like he's my favorite character as far as the whole crew, but the whole crew in general kind of made it
like
the boat crew. It made it a little bit more like
the gang.
Kind of like we're hanging out with the boys.
The boys, exactly.
There was like the older guy with the glasses, the captain, and then the young guy, and then the chunkier dude. And I think like their whole dynamic kind of made it like a little bit more like not so serious in the movie. Because I can feel like if they didn't include that crew, because if you think about it, that crew, other than like the guy with the glasses, didn't really have a lot of. They didn't have a lot to like put into the story. Like you could have taken them out and they wouldn't have added anything, other than obviously the scientist dude that ends up coming with the plan.
And him saying like, oh, you knew about this all this time, like you know who it was.
But the fact that they put them in there kind of to soften up kind of the
tone,
story. So specifically the tone, because it's like I can imagine if it's just serious across the whole time. Like I didn't believe in the movie theater. Like damn, bro, fuck. Like, I feel bad for Japan. I watched freaking. We talk about the other podcast, the 12 Years a Slave, where I'm like, damn,
dude.
Like I'm not even hungry after I left. And so
I called up Rashad.
Shit. And so I feel like that tonal change kind of helped the movie a little bit. And so I feel like he was one of my favorite characters. Obviously, not picking away from the main characters.
The main character.
But I feel like it was good. What was the other thing that you didn't like? You think about it?
No, I was gonna say, what's a good part?
Something that you didn't like?
I think the plane part.
Which one?
The beginning where young Godzilla attacks the island.
Oh and he's just sitting there.
Like just shoot him, bro. Like I understand if it doesn't kill him, then fuck it. But I can understand being in his shoes, like homeboy shocked, seeing a monster that he's probably never seen in his life, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
like a dinosaur.
Yeah, you imagine seeing this big
killing your fucking teammates like nothing, right? And you're just like, fuck. But you're already on the ship. Homeboy was on the ship.
Yeah.
He just couldn't fire. And the dinosaur was, or not dinosaur, but he called him a dinosaur at the time because he was like, what the fuck is this? Right in front of him, and all he had to do was just shoot.
Yeah,
but he didn't.
He
and I think that part was just like, because I'm in the other end, right, watching the movie. I'm like, fuck, shoot, like, you know. Shoot, like, of course, I'm not screaming in the movies, but I'm just in my mind. I'm like, dude, come on, like
do something.
I'm about to jump in the fucking, you know, TV, and start doing it myself. But like now thinking about it, I was like, would I have the guts, or would I, if me seeing something like that, I'm like, fuck.
Like maybe I wouldn't have done it either. Maybe just
like, I'm in shock. I'm in shock. I'm just like, damn, dude, like, how am I gonna kill this? Like, if I do shoot him, like, what if it kills me? You know, like, or you know, what if it doesn't do anything to it and it then kills me? But it keeps you thinking. But I think that's the only thing that kind of like pissed me off, was just like, bro, you're a bitch.
Yeah.
I fucking hate you throughout the movie. But then throughout the movie, I was like, oh, okay, bro. Like,
it makes sense. And it's a very strong introduction to the character.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, man, I don't want to watch this
especially
anymore.
at night too. They're like, oh, there's something, and they flash the line. You just see that motherfucker. I'm like, oh, damn. I feel bad
that is true. They shine the spotlight on him.
I feel bad for the people in the lighthouse. I was like, fuck, bro, poor guy.
Yeah, no, I think if I would have to pick like one thing that I didn't like, it would be some of the the whole thing with like the girl getting kind of blown away like that. I feel like they could have done that a different way, where it wasn't so like I don't want to call it like dramatic, but like unbelievable, where like she pushes him and she doesn't fall along with him too.
Or it's like, oh, I see. Okay.
It's kind of like, you know, in movies where they show someone like a bus coming and they push someone and they just stand there and they get hit by the bus. Yeah. Like, bro, like you gotta move too.
Yeah, like don't like. Yeah. You got that second to move. Bro.
Yeah, and so I don't know. In the shot, it looked like she pushed him and then she kind of stands there and braces for the impact. Yeah. Where she could have used that time to kind of throw herself
or tackle him. Like tackle him with
both of you guys.
Tackle, both each other. And
I feel like it was kind of like a cop out, like to kind of get rid of her, like temporarily.
Or to kind of build up that scene where it's just like, fuck, now you have an excuse to kill this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, like something, like an encouragement.
Yeah, so I feel like they could have done that, but they could have done it a different way, where it wasn't so like,
You know what would have been more fucked up?
What?
If it would have happened to a little girl.
Yeah, well, I would have cracked up if it was a little girl. Yeah,
I would have been like, damn, Godzilla, you a bitch.
You freaking stomp out the little girl's, you know, his house.
Yeah,
the new house. He's like,
just that house.
Yeah, just that one. And all
I know for sure Godzilla had a personal problem with that motherfucker.
Oh damn. So what would you what do you think they could have done better, or like something that you feel like they could have improved on?
I think like a military thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, then they again, have, like, more time. That was like right after the war.
Yeah,
right?
So they didn't have much.
They didn't have as much as like reinforcements.
Yeah.
I mean, they did have a couple tanks in the city. They had some tanks,
but those just got kicked over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was like, damn, y'all suck.
You know what? I wish that they would have done. I wish that they would have teased like a monster more than
Godzilla.
Yeah, no, like other than Godzilla, other than showing this thing. I feel like they should have done like a scene where like something in the water or something in the mountain like collapses. You know how like when he shoots that beam and he kind of shoots it off into the distance, that wherever he shot that distance, that maybe something collapses.
True.
And you see like revealing like a three-headed, like that dragon thing with the three heads, or like Mothra or something.
Ghidorah.
Yeah, or one of the other monsters.
Yeah, actually talking about Ghidorah, I don't think Ghidorah would have worked. Supposedly she's like a space alien monster.
Oh, is it?
I think that's one. I'm pretty sure. Comments, correct me. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's like from space.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Like I said, I might be wrong.
Yeah, I'd have to look
the wrong
too.
information,
sure. But I would have liked that they would have, if they would have revealed like a monster, like, oh shit.
And there's several monsters.
Yeah, there is plenty. I mean, they had like dozens of like Godzilla movies back in like the 80s and stuff. Yeah. Like they had freaking Mecha Godzilla. They had freaking Godzilla in space.
Yeah, that one.
They had freaking Leprechaun. Did you ever see the Leprechaun movies?
No. Oh, the Leprechaun. Yeah,
they had freaking Godzilla in the Hood.
Leprechaun in the Hood.
Leprechaun in the Hood. Yeah, no, they had like all kinds of like, because Godzilla at that time was selling, so it makes sense. It's like with Power Rangers.
Godzilla
like
Step Up.
Yeah, they had freaking Drumline Godzilla.
Drumline Godzilla with the thick ass thighs.
He had All Eyes on Me Godzilla.
That's crazy.
You see him with a wife beater.
Oh my god. Mothra's in the back.
Yeah, I know, right? And so I feel like it would have been cool. It's more like a fan service thing than actually
then again, we'll see maybe another one.
Yeah, I mean, what they did was cool with the neck, but I feel like it would have been cooler to do something else. But it makes sense because it wouldn't have tied into the rest of the movie why they didn't. But it's something that I would like to see. It's just as like a fan.
True.
So like, what would you? Oh, were you gonna say something?
Yeah. Oh no, I was gonna say like I think like more of like our perspective. You know, that's what we could expect. But then again, you know, they might surprise us with something that's like, oh shit, like
something even better
than we thought. You know, so then Godzilla will have some kind of chance, or, you know, because I feel like part of me was like, I thought Godzilla was like friendly towards Japan, or like, you know, the civil folks that were in that town or something. So
I think that the concept of like Godzilla being like the protector is kind of a U.S. thing. The Japanese one was, he's gonna fuck up Japan. Yeah. And so that's why it kind of gets crossed a little bit with the two stories, because they're two completely different characters. It's like if you had like two different universes with the same Godzilla, but one is the protector and one is like the destroyer.
Now, if we were like to like compare the both, I think like our Godzilla now, like the recent one, not the minus one. Yeah. Like I think he would have fucked up. Actually,
you know what? Actually, maybe not.
I would say like fire breath. I think -1 would fuck up this one.
I think so. Yeah.
But overall, like agility, I would say this one.
Yeah, because this dude's freaking throwing stuff. He's jumping and rolling, freaking barrel rolls.
WWE shit.
Yeah. He's freaking RKOs on people.
RKOs on Godzilla. Poor guy.
No, I for sure. Like he has the agility. He has like the thinner legs.
Yeah, thinner legs. Worked out, you know, throughout the movies.
But I feel like if the new one. If the -1 like did that blast,
like, for sure he fucking would have fucked up Godzilla
and King Kong
and King Kong, all three of them at once, bro.
And it definitely, they did take a split on the story, but I don't know, what would you rate the movie like out of 10? Like if you had to give it a rating.
If I had to give it a rating, I would say 8.
8? Yeah. I would give it an 8. I was thinking an 8.
The only reason, because I've watched many Godzilla movie. It's like me saying, you know, what's your best Batman?
Oh, yeah.
You're playing the Batmans, and, you know, I think the what's that guy called? Not Matt Reeves. Is it? No.
Keanu Reeves?
The actor. What's his name?
Which one?
The one from the
Christian Bale?
No, the other one, the recent one.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that, like I said, I could say he's better. You know, kind of shit like that. But I would say, since I watched a bunch of Godzillas, I'm not like, oh my god, you know.
Yeah.
Not like The Quiet Place. Yeah. You know, I would say. Yeah, 8 out of 10. The only reason, because it's still good, well written. Actors really did a really great job.
They did a really
the
good
VFX,
job,
you know, I don't think anything could top that type of Godzilla.
Yeah. It's just a different type.
From what we're used
like
to. A different story.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so.
Yeah, I was thinking an 8 also. For the sole fact with the whole, how they got rid of the girl. I feel like they could have done that a little bit like more intricate, or like maybe like a building collapses on her or something.
Oh,
and he sees it off in the background, and like the building collapses and he knows that she's in there, but or like there's very small chances that she's gonna survive.
Or like the train.
Or something like that. Where it doesn't
her.
Specifically show her getting like killed, because it in that that scene like I feel like they could have done without that. They could have killed her off temporarily another way, but I think that was my main gripe, especially because she is a main character too. You're expecting a more, if you're expecting her dramatic. To like actually die, you're expecting something more dramatic. Not so just like
we killed her off. Bye.
Bye. That's it. And they did kind of what kind of gave it away that she was gonna kind of come back is how fast they glossed over it too, because they kind of like, oh, she's dead. That's kind of it.
Yeah, but we won't see her until like the last minute.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was thinking, like, in my head, when I was watching that, I'm like, oh, she's probably gonna come back.
Yeah.
It would make sense for the story, but as the story was progressing and she wasn't coming back, I'm like, oh, she's not coming back anymore.
Dead.
Yeah, but then she did end up coming back.
She under a building.
Cool. So that's what give me that little tear, because I was like last 20 minutes of the movie, I'm like, oh, she hasn't come back. She's not coming back at all. But she came back like the last 5 minutes of the movie, and so that's why it kind of reverted my expectations of what was gonna happen.
Kind of made you think like, oh damn, like that's crazy.
Yeah, they proved me wrong.
Yep.
And so for sure, a solid 8 out of 10. I would definitely say recommend watching it. Watch it subtitled.
Yes, I would say like I said, you know, I'm more of like hearing it, but actually for something new that you guys, some people that are into anime, some people not, try it like that, and then you guys could see it. I mean, you can always switch it back to the normal, but try it like that, try something new, reading it, kind of just seeing their emotions, kind of how it is in a Japanese way, like, so it's like
do one step up learn Japanese so you can watch the movie.
Damn.
That's the only way you can watch it.
And then come back in the comments and be like, I watched it just like you said.
Yeah, and then tell us how we didn't watch it in Japanese because I don't know how to speak Japanese. But yeah, no, that's it for this episode. I hope you guys like it. It was a really good movie. I would definitely recommend it.
Yep.
Support them on the streams. Don't pirate it like I did.
Yeah. Don't make this a mistake. FBI's on their way.
Don't pirate it like me, because don't be like me. But for sure, yeah. Keep an eye out for more episodes every Tuesday and Saturday. We're gonna try to throw a couple more of these review rooms at you guys. We're gonna review the what's that song called? Kendrick's.
They're Not Like Us.
Yeah,
no?
they just dropped the music video.
Oh fuck.
We're about to review that.
And we're gonna review Sketch.
Yeah,
allegations.
We're gonna review Diddy's allegations.
Shit.
And we're gonna review Joel's allegations.
Shit. My favorite.
So stay tuned, guys. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Later, guys.
See ya.